Welcome back to Move Better. Today I have with me Jill Lyons, and I almost said your maiden name because I have that in my head. So welcome back, Jill. Welcome to Move Better, Jill. I'm happy to have you here. Jill's the owner of Harmony Health, and we're going to talk health and nutrition today. Thanks for being here.
Hi, Laura. Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity. It's great to see your face. Laura and I went to high school together and haven't seen each other in many years. So Harmony Health. Let me just start by saying I am a health coach. I partner with a company called Optavia, which stands for Optimal Living. I first heard about this program about 2.5 years ago. I call it my lucky day because I was with some friends golfing for a school fundraiser, and I actually got a hole-in-one that day. So it was very fun, very cool. But it's the same day I found out about Optavia. My friend had been doing the program and mentioned it to me. And long story short, I became a client and eventually a coach. Like many people during COVID, I gained a lot of weight. I wasn't feeling my best self and I didn't have much energy. So I decided to try this program. I have tried lots of health programs in the past, and this one really, really worked for me. I've been an athlete all my life. I've exercised all my life. I just wasn't seeing the results in my physical appearance that I wanted. I was trying to outrun my fork, I like to say. I was eating whatever I really wanted to eat, but not dialing in my nutrition. I couldn't, with all the exercise, I needed to really dial in my nutrition as well. Like people say, it's really 90% nutrition, 10% or 80-20, 10 movement or exercise. I started my journey. I found a health coach to work with, and I saw immediate results. My husband, of course, was very skeptical. I was skeptical really at first too. But he just kind of watched from the sidelines and was starting to see some changes. And I lost 30 pounds in 4 months. And he ended up hopping on program and lost 50 pounds in 4 months. But I'll get to him in a minute. So most clients come to us wanting to lose a little weight, right? But they don't realize all the other benefits they're getting from this program, like better sleep, better mental clarity, more energy, just feeling better in your clothes now and feeling more confident. It helps with your stress level and how to create new habits for your long-term health. We like to say this program is a personal development program with a weight loss component, because yes, if you follow the plan and you do the work, it's scientifically proven, you will lose the weight, lose the inches, but again, you're going to get all those other benefits that I just mentioned, and helping you to create new habits for long-term success. So it's not a diet. A lot of people think it's a diet. Most people can lose 10, 20 pounds, but they haven't created new habits along the way. And so they end up gaining the weight back. So back to my husband, the good thing with him is, yes, he lost the weight, but even better than that, he's not snoring anymore. He was sleeping with a CPAP machine. So no more machine, no more snoring. He lowered his high cholesterol, his high blood pressure. That's what it's really about, is, getting healthy overall health. Because who wants to take meds and buy meds when you may not really need them? So some little history on Optavia. It used to be called Medifast back in 1980. And Medifast was a program developed for bariatric patients. And you could only buy the fuelings, which we call our meal replacements, through the doctor's office. And then in about, I think it was 2001, Dr. Wayne Anderson came into the mix and created what we call the habits of health. So our program is 4 components. Now we have the fuelings is 25% of the program. 25% is your coach. You get a one-on-one coach. And 25% are the 2 books that Dr. A has written. I have them right here. One's called Your Life Book, which covers all 26 elements of our program. A lot of great valuable information in both of these books, and his Habits of Health book. The clients that dive into these books, really read them and do the work, are the ones that really, I find, have some long-term success. And then the last component is the community. We have different Facebook groups where, like team pages, where you can get more support if needed. You can post things about your own transformation, your own journey. You'll see other clients and coaches posting tips and tricks for the fuelings, because they can be eaten and prepared in different ways. It's just another platform for that extra support. So a client that really integrates themselves in the community and reads the books, we really see lifelong success.
So I want to kind of dive into those habits, but what I know that it started with the meal replacement
Fuelings.
but there is a component of this, is my understanding, because I've talked to other people about it, that like it's a train, you start there, but then you transition into eating in fueling with food that you buy at the grocery store, as opposed to delivery food or whatever. And so it's not just here's your thing, lose the weight, good luck in the future. It's really changing your eating habits as a whole. And is that correct? That's
correct.
Yeah.
And that's very important. So thanks for asking that. So most people have a weight loss number in mind that they want to get to. A lot of times that goal will change, because they do get to that goal weight pretty quickly and in a healthy way. These fuelings are just a convenient, easy, simple way in all our busy lives to help you get healthy and get to your goal weight. They're all interchangeable. We have over 60 to choose from. We have cereal and pancakes and oatmeal. We have brownies, a cookie. We have mac and cheese, some other hot items, bars and shakes. They all taste fabulous. They have all the essential vitamins and minerals, plus a probiotic. So you do not need to take any other supplements. They're low in sugar, low in carbs, high in protein. And like I said, you could eat, they're all interchangeable. You could eat all brownies, 5 days or 5 times a day, if that's the program you choose. But yes, get to your goal weight. And then there's a whole process, a program to transition you off. We slowly wean back in more vegetables, more fruit. Now you're going to add in more lean and greens, which we can talk about. And eventually the goal is, for every client, is to be eating whole foods. So it's not that you have to buy our product all the time. We don't really want people to do that. We're trying to guide people to better health, physically, mentally, and financially, if that's something they want to dive into with coaching.
So talk the lean and greens, because I've seen you post about that before, and I try to encourage more greens and just vegetables in general, and then lean proteins. But so talk more about that.
Yes. So let me just backtrack a little bit. Our program has several different plans. So we have something called the 5-in-1 plan, a 4-in-2 plan, a 3-in-3 plan. We have a nursing moms plan. We have a plan for seniors, a plan for teens. So when we talk to a client who's potentially interested in program, we spend 30, 40 minutes on a health assessment, finding out what their why is. Why do they want a health program, and how they want to get there? And we choose together what plan would fit their needs or their why, their goals, the best. So I would say 95% of our clients will start on what we call the 5-in-1 plan, which just means 5 of our fuelings a day plus 1 lean and green. Lean and green is just your protein and vegetables. I like to tell people, keep it simple. Yes, we have access to tons of different lean and green recipes, but a simple lean and green is the best without adding too many extra condiments like cheese, for example. A simple lean and green is 6 ounces of chicken breasts with a cup and a half of vegetables. So really simple. Again, the simplicity of this plan, doing the 5-in-1, you only have to focus on 1 meal a day, and you're grabbing healthy fuelings with all the essential vitamins and minerals throughout the day instead of a bag of chips, for example. Like I said, so many people today are so busy. We have teachers and nurses and doctors, all kinds, just a busy mom, always on the go. So it's really easy just to grab a quick bar that is giving you the nutrition that you need and helping you get to your goals. We guide people to eat 6 small meals a day. So that's where the 5-in-1 comes in. You eat your first fueling within an hour of waking up, and then you're eating every 2 to 3 hours. And your lean and green is that 1 meal on the 5-in-1, and you can eat that any time of day. Doesn't matter. Most people will choose to eat it at dinner time with their family. But if you go out for brunch on the weekend, you certainly can have it then. And then you have your fuelings the rest of the day.
I like the because my own I have been striving for at least 5 meals a day and trying to spread that out. And that's typically what I encourage people to do, because not I listen to the intermittent fasting stuff, and there's lots of pros and cons to that. But I think the most consistent and the way to keep your energy up is eating frequently through the day. And the hardest part for me is, between my work hours, and I'm running between clients, and when do I get my shake in or my bar in, or then my lunch in, and how do I manage that? And so, like, I do think I don't tend to be a pre-packaged meal person in general, but what I like is that it's easy. It's done for you. You don't have to think about it. And those times that you have to grab something to eat between meetings or clients or whatever, you can do it quick and know you're getting, because it's very easy. We have popcorn bags right now in the clinic, and it's very easy to go grab that and shove it in your face and not think about what you're eating. And oh, by the way, you looked at it, and okay, there's 300 calories of empty calories. There's nothing to it, so.
Right. So, yeah, so the word fuelings it's a military term. So, our military have to fuel their body every few hours, right? To stay strong and do what they need to do. So I kind of like the background on that word. And it's the same thing, like it's a way to keep your blood sugar levels even too. So like a lot of diabetics will get on our program because their numbers are out of whack and they need to get them, at a level state. But there's a misconception a little bit with prepackaged foods. A lot of people will say, oh, I don't eat processed food or prepackaged foods, right? But I feel like everything is processed. Our milk, our bread, cereal, like so many things that people are already eating. There's people that are having shakes and protein powder and shakes. That's all processed foods, right? So why not try something that we know is healthy because it has all the essential vitamins and minerals plus a probiotic. That's easy. That's simple. You don't have to count calories. You don't have to count the macros. It's just simple to follow, and it's going to help you get to your goal. So you need to have a strong why, right? And know that this is a way to get to that why, to your goal. And then we transition you off. Again, the end result is whole foods and what we call a 3 and 3, which is 3 lean and greens and 3 healthy snacks. whether you still like our bar, if you love our bars, like most people do, a lot of people still buy the bars, the shakes, just to maintain for their healthy snacks. But if you don't want to, then we find something you can buy in the grocery store that's equivalent that you like. But, from a cost factor, you're going to spend less money on Optavia fuelings right now than what you're seeing in the grocery stores. And it's healthier for you.
What's in those brownies that you say? Do people really just have a
Yeah,
5-in-1 brownie a day?
some people do. They taste really good. Now we have a second brownie flavor, a butterscotch blonde brownie. That's delicious. But the point is you order and eat what you like. We have so much to choose from. It's going to still get you to your goal. And there's just so much more to this program than losing the weight. That's what I really want to get out to everyone is like, I started a program to lose weight, but I'd never felt that feeling where I have so much energy within a week. I mean, it's so much more energy, sleeping better, already feeling like I'm lighter and losing weight, and it's just amazing. And from a coaching standpoint, I never thought I was going to be a health coach. I started coaching a month before I turned 54. It's crazy. And it took me that long to find my passion. And thank God I did. I love it, everything about it. But I was a stay-at-home mom, I'm very fortunate. I loved all of it. Well, most of it. Definitely ups and downs, but I was fortunate to stay home. But then as my kids got older, I felt like I didn't have much purpose. I need a sense of purpose. I was just sitting around shopping like a lot of moms will do. And, your kids start driving and you're like, okay, what am I going to do with my life now? They don't even need me to drive them places anymore. Those are the feelings I was having. And I was like, there's got to be more to life than this. And, I wanted to contribute financially too. So I started coaching, number one, for accountability and my own health. And then when I saw how I could help others feel as good and get healthy, that was the huge reward. That gave me a sense of purpose and made me realize how passionate I am about helping others. And then came along the whole Optavia community, which I never thought I needed either. I've always had a lot of friends and, always busy social life, my husband and I and our 3 kids. But I've got a whole new group of friends now, and they're all like-minded people, all in this business for the same reasons, all positive. I just came back from Phoenix the other day. I was there for 4 days for a conference, and there's just nothing better than being surrounded with people that think the way you think and have the same goals and the same passion, and just welcome everyone, no matter who you are. I was lucky to bring my 23-year-old daughter this time, who's recently started coaching, and everybody welcomed her with open arms, and it's just a really incredible community. I just, I always say my only regret is I didn't find this passion of mine sooner, but I'm so glad I finally did find it.
I think we find stuff when ready. Was it that there's a teacher, and when you're ready, when the student is ready, the teacher appears, or something.
Right.
On that. But so I like let's dive into the health habits a little bit, because I think that's the biggest piece. The most important piece is like there are habits of health and ways to get there. And like you said, yes, losing weight aesthetically helps you to look and feel better, but like there is much more to it. The health of that, being able to sleep, coming off a CPAP machine, controlling diabetes, and just your general health and energy to be able to go and keep up with your kids, or
absolutely,
and do all that, or go on trips so that you can have that energy around you. So dive a little bit into the
Yeah.
short version of the book. Or the short.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, we guide people to eat 6 small meals a day. Okay. A lot of people come to me saying, I don't know why I'm not losing weight. I have no energy. I only eat twice a day. I'm like, well, you're not eating enough, number one. And how much water are you drinking? Most people aren't drinking nearly enough water. There's so many benefits to water. It helps with weight loss. It helps your hair, your nails, our skin, helps you keep full in between meals. Those are just a few benefits of water. So drinking 64 ounces minimum up to half your body weight in ounces of water is really important. So that would be my first habit I would help or try to help someone create if they're not drinking enough water. Eating the 6 times a day, eating your first meal within an hour of waking up. So many people skip breakfast. You talked about the intermittent fasting. Sure, that works. I've done that, but are you going to be able to sustain that long term forever? Just
Right.
like the keto, everyone needs to find their health program that works for them. I mean, I'm not saying Optavia is for everyone. It's a commitment. And if you're not ready, you have to be ready. It's a commitment. You have to be 100% all in, or you're going to waste your time, your money, and my time. But if you're willing to dive in and be 100% and play by the rules, I like to say, then I'll make you a winner. All our health coaches will make you a winner. This program works. But again, you find what works for you. So creating new habits, some other ones, exercise, do some movement every day. The water, the frequent meals, sleep habits. People should be getting 7 hours of sleep a day, no less. And you don't really need more. I was, before a program, not feeling my best self, like I said, drinking a lot of wine, just interrupts my sleep. And I sleep so much better now. I sleep less amount, but I sleep a lot better. I'll sleep right through the night. Where, you have a couple cocktails and you're waking up at 2 a.m. and still up at 4 a.m., that type of thing. So there's a lot of habits to create if you're not healthy right now that we can help you with. There's 26 elements to the program. This book that I showed you is meant to be read over a year's time. So Dr. A purposely gives you 2 weeks per element to read. It's easy reading. People get overwhelmed by the books because they're big, but the font is really big and there's a lot of pictures. I can't express how important, I can't express enough how important it is to really read the books. I would say that's the hardest thing about coaching is to get people to read the books. But the ones that do really learn more about themselves. There's a big mind piece, a mindset piece to our program. Healthy body, healthy mind, healthy finances. That's what we're here to help people with. And again, it's not just about losing weight, because you will see people that might look healthy, right? But don't know how to eat properly. They don't know good nutrition. They might have good genes and not gain weight, but they're eating Doritos and burgers and fries every single day. And maybe they're not sleeping well. Maybe they need more finances. So we like to offer coaching, this gift of coaching to people, to anyone, really. It might be to hold yourself accountable in your own health. It might be because you need community, or you just need to feel good physically, which helps you feel good mentally. And then there's people who doesn't need extra money these days, right? Health coaching can be your side gig. It can be a full-time job. But it's never really a full-time job because doesn't take a lot of time. There's a lot of coaches. Most coaches have full-time jobs and they fit health coaching in the nooks and crannies of their day. A lot of people tell me they don't have time. If it's something you want to do, you create the time. There's ways to create time in your day. And why not offer the gift of health to someone, to your family? There's nothing better than getting someone in your family or your best friend healthy.
Right. How so do the people that you work with, are they mostly coming at you to you and finding you for weight loss, um or like who do you work with?
Yep. So I've been coaching just over 2 years. I have helped personally over 250 clients. But my team, even more than that, hundreds more than that. Um, most people come to us because they want to lose weight. But not just because they want to look good in a bikini. You know, a lot of people, yes, but there's also people that need to lose weight for health reasons. High blood pressure. Maybe they're facing issues with their heart. Why not get healthy instead of going through a heart surgery or bariatric surgery, something so big that you may not really need to have to do.
Right.
I have clients that come to me, again, diabetics, who just need to get their nutrition under control. There's other people that don't want to go on statins, on drugs that they don't need to take. So they want to get their nutrition under control. I had someone come to me, it broke my heart, a good friend of mine say, I feel broken. And I knew this program would be good for her. She was having a really tough time in a lot of different aspects of her life. And she's doing amazing physically, mentally, and now financially. I had another person say, my marriage is, not doing well. Both her and her husband hopped on program. They both feel so much better. Now they love each other more. Things are better at home. Everyone's sleeping better. So it's stuff like that. It's not just about, hey, I want to look good in a bikini. There's so much more to this program than just losing the weight. And, I would never tell anyone not to work out, not to exercise. That's a huge part of being healthy. But this program works without exercise. It's not required. And I only say that for the people that maybe they're too big and they can't work out yet. Maybe they can't even walk down their driveway yet. Maybe someone's had surgery on their knee or their shoulder and, they're out for 6 months. They can't do any kind of exercise and they're afraid to gain weight, maybe get back into bad habits. This program is a way to help you stay fit, get fit, physically, mentally, and financially.
And that will, like, all of that helps you to move better. Where, my
Absolutely.
my focus is, like, I don't think as physical therapists we do enough coaching on how food choices can affect how you feel, and just in the inflammatory process, which affects everything. And then if you're struggling, mindset wise, and you kind of get into a rabbit hole, and you just decide to, you stop moving altogether, and then everything just hurts, and so then you don't move. And so
Yep.
this, it's like taking one step. It's a whole body need, like
Yes.
we need to. People ask me all the time, like, what's the one thing I can do that's going to help this? I'm like, well, it's not just one thing. Like, you have to pay
Right.
attention to your nutrition. You have to pay attention to your sleep and your hydration, and
Right.
how you move. And if you can't walk down the driveway, okay, can you stand up and walk to the kitchen 2 times a day, and just change whatever, um, and
Yep.
start with baby steps in that.
That's absolutely true. And the inflammation, when you dial in your nutrition, you see results really quickly,
Yeah.
especially on our program. I personally was running a lot, and for a few years, more than a few years, I was having a lot of neck pain, lower back pain. I couldn't run anymore. And that was my mental therapy. I have a running group, really close friends. There's about 12, 13 of us. We've been running together for years. And, we're all moms that just like share our ups and downs and, talk about our lives. And it was great. It is great mental therapy. But for those years that I couldn't run, I was in a lot of pain and I was missing a lot more than just the running. And once I lost the weight and the inflammation, all that pain went away, which is mind-boggling still to me. So I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, I'm a stay-at-home mom / health coach now. And I didn't know that good nutrition could give you all those benefits and get rid of your pain like that. My husband had some similar back pain too. Now we both run again. The last couple of years, I've done the Falmouth Road Race, which is over 7 miles. I never thought I'd be able to run that race. It's a great feeling not having that pain anymore and being able to sleep because there's no pain anymore. So it really, really comes down to a lot of things, but nutrition is at the top of that list for sure.
You said your daughter is coaching now, and I mean, we're still 23, so it's weird that you have a 23-year-old daughter, but
Yes,
I
I
say that
know.
jokingly, but so it's safe for everyone, like, is there like, if you're, is it safe for kids? And what I think that what I could see being really good for kids, because I think kids tend to skip meals a lot, like high school. I know in college, more specifically college, I lived on a Reese's peanut butter cup for breakfast with a Diet Coke, and then Taco Bell at lunch, and maybe, I don't remember what I had for dinner ever, but
And beer.
yeah, exactly. Um, and so, I think the benefit of that, like, because mostly it was convenience. I didn't want to get up early and make a breakfast,
Right.
So um, I think the convenience of the beginning part of it, and then teaching them how to eat well on
Absolutely.
the whole. And so it sounds like it's safe for everybody. It's not.
It sure is. So we have a teens program. So I haven't worked with anyone under 16 personally. We are in a world of, or in a country, I should say, of obesity. We all know that. And the generations below us they're in need of good health,
Yeah.
right? I feel like a lot of unhealthy habits have been passed along to our kids. Not for everyone, but I know for me, I grew up on Freihofer's chocolate donuts
Yeah.
and Pop-Tarts for breakfast. My mother did not like to cook. That fell down to me. I don't like to cook. I don't like to take the time, and I'm grabbing stuff. So I never ate healthy. Again, I was trying to work out a lot to overcome that. There's a huge need for good nutrition, as we all know, for our children. And my daughter was seeing that in her college. She graduated college just last May. And, like we all do, we gain weight in college, and that's okay. Like, college is 4 years
Yeah.
and you got to make the best of it and have fun, right? I sure did. But now she's trying to create some healthy habits for herself. And again, it's the physical component, but for her, it's a mindset too. It's the mental, positive mental attitude and stuff that she gets from coaching. If you follow her on Facebook, she's got some really great posts. Jamie Lyons, Jaimie, follow her. But you can be a health coach with Optavia at age 18. There's a huge need for that age group, the 20 somethings,
Yeah.
to start learning new habits. because you want them to have those habits already instilled when they start their families. You know, they don't want to be donut Pop-Tart kids like I
Right.
was, you know. Um, people want to live full lives and live as long as they can and be around for their kids and their grandkids and be able to be active, be healthy, and be able to move as long as they can. And it really starts with good nutrition, really does. Creating the new habits.
I think there's, that we do live in a country that obesity is a major risk factor of all kinds of health issues. But I also, because the people that in my cheer world, I've seen anorexia a number of times, and bulimia and whatever. But and I think the learning how to eat, and eat, like, you have to eat. It's fuel, and if you start, like, I really like that they call it fueling, because if you're not getting that fuel in, your body's going to shut down the same way as it would in an obese situation. Maybe
Right.
different factors, but, like, if you don't pay attention to your nutrition and don't learn how to have that, and fuel your body for good health, you're not going to be able to participate in an all-day cheer event, or go for a long run, or whatever. I see a lot of soccer players too. So
Mhm.
um um I think that's good information.
Yeah, no, it's good to point out too, because I've actually had a couple therapists that I do not know that messaged me on Facebook just to be careful about teenage eating disorders and with our posting and that kind of stuff. And that made me, awaken a little bit. And I try not to um, post and talk about our program as only a weight loss
Right.
program, because it's not.
Yeah.
And I can see where sometimes people might think it is from the transformation stories we do share. But again, it's more than that. It's, like you said, teaching people how to eat properly, and that you do have to eat. So we have skinny people that, are not healthy do our
Right.
program because they need to learn to eat
Yeah.
and eat properly. So I never want anyone to think that, this program would, cause a eating disorder or
Right.
anything like that. And you get the mental mindset piece with this program too. So the benefits of that are really amazing, especially in this world with mental illness as high
Right.
as it is.
Yeah. Creating healthy habits around food, and a healthy mindset around food, as well as everything else that goes along with that. I think
Absolutely.
that's excellent. So what have we not touched on?
Um, we pretty much covered what the program's all about, and really that it's how important good nutrition is for people at any age. Um, and if you haven't been that person to teach your family healthy habits, it's not too late to start. Just start. That's the hardest part, is just starting. But once you start, you can make it fun, and you start to feel good. And um, there's nothing better than helping your family feel good and get healthy, and live longer lives. Really, it's what it comes down to.
Right. I know you have the health questionnaire, which I'll put up in the show notes, and I'll include Jamie's information in there too, so they can connect with her.
Yeah,
But
that'd be great.
how do you, when somebody's coming to, um, if they want to work with you and they want to reach out, we'll get your contact information in a second. But what does starting to work with you look like? Like, what is the
Yes.
process there?
So if somebody's interested, I send them my health assessment, which is the form you're referring to. They fill that out, and then we hop on a health assessment call. which, will last maybe 30 minutes. And again, it's asking questions about what they want, what their why is, what they're looking for in a program, and what kind of exercise they're already doing. Because when I mentioned the 4 and 2 program, that's something geared towards, or that would be suitable for an athlete. So, because you're going to need an extra lean and green if you're working out a lot. So basically it's finding out what program would be the best for them. And then we set up their account, place their order, and their box arrives 5 to 8 business days. And then we get started. We have a kickoff call. We make sure they know exactly what to do. As a coach, I check with them every day, the first week. And then it's once a week for accountability. I try to get my clients on the phone each week. Sometimes it's not weekly, sometimes it's bi-weekly, maybe it's just once a month. That's okay. You got to meet your client where they're at. A lot of people have busy jobs, they're on the phone all the time, and maybe they can only handle a quick few texts back and forth. That's okay. But I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a therapist, but I'm an expert in guiding clients through our program. And if you want to win in your health, this is a great way to win in your health, and I can help you do that.
I'll also say you're a very, I love your posts on Facebook. You're very motivating. And for not growing up enjoying cooking, you post some really amazing dishes and recipes. So go follow Jill just to get some good ideas on recipes at the minimum. But
yeah, definitely. We have access to a lot of great recipes, and most of them I make. Some I haven't made yet, but I will. And my whole family's eating them, which is great.
yeah.
And personally, I'm not a big veggie eater, so this program has really gotten me to eat my vegetables and find ways to hide them in my meals, which is good for people who don't like vegetables or younger kids who may not like vegetables. So we have definitely a lot of tips to help people.
Cool. So how can people reach you and reach out to you if they want to get in touch with you?
So you can find me on Facebook under Jill Lyons, Lyons. I'm on Instagram at harmonyhealth.coaching. My cell phone is 508-344-5876. And you can certainly reach me by email at j5lyons@comcast.net. So definitely follow me on Facebook. I do most of my social on Facebook. Still kind of dabbling with the Insta.
Yeah.
I'm a little old, so I gotta, learn new things, but I'm embracing that. So reach out whatever way is best for you, and I'll get back to you.
Awesome. It was great to catch up with you.
Yes.
Thanks for being here. Everybody check out Jill on social and give her a follow. And if you have further questions about her coaching program, definitely reach out. And all those links will be in the show notes.
Great. Thanks, Laura. It was so great to see you. Thanks for the opportunity.
Same here. So everybody have a great day. Don't forget, when in doubt, breathe it out and take life one step at a time. And we'll see you next time.